Hello, my name is April. I'm an Akashic Records reader, and today we are going to talk about what are the Akashic Records. And I'm going to share my perspective of what the Akashic Records are based off of me just being a reader for years. And also, I'm going to be channeling the Akashic Records to ask the Akashic Records, hey, what are you? And so, in my perspective, the field, like anyone that is a psychic, a medium, using their intuition, they can hop up into this energetic field. And everyone can do it. And once you're at that state of consciousness, if you go up a little bit higher, and I mean, like, there's more of this like unconditional loving energy that you go up into, that is the Akashic Records. And the Akashic Records also comes down and helps you utilize all these gifts too. So it's all part of the same system, right? And so the Akashic Records is an energetic field that has the information of everything and anything that's ever existed in the universe, past, present, future. And then all information that you receive from the records is only going to be for your highest vibration and highest good. And I like to think of it as the point or the energy that is most connected to God universe, and everything after that, works along with it. And it makes me so happy because every time that you go up in the Akashic Records as an individual, you begin to unravel belief systems and things that have held you back in the past. It helps you to look at events that are happening in the world that look quote unquote negative, that are huge and positive for the whole collective to have this huge shift and to resonate at a higher frequency. And it gives you the ability to look at everything in a bigger picture, and it also makes you more creative, more inventive. It allows you to get out of your small mind and get into the big mind of the universe and explore. And each person is so unique in how they read them. And I, as a reader and a teacher, I do not teach people how to open up the library books or go into the library of the Akash, because each person has a very unique way of reading the records. And the more true you are to your energy when you're reading, the more effortless it is to read and expand. And where we are at in a society when it comes to reading the records is people are opening up to it. But there are many souls that have opened up the Akashic Records before, and they are at a high level even though they haven't opened up the records. And so the library in a way stunts those people because they go way past that point. They understand universal law very fast. They pick up on other universes, other states of well-being frequencies. They understand things that are really hard for the human mind to process. So that is why I don't teach the library concept, although that has been the most popular version of reading the records in the past. There's also a new wave of beings that are already well connected to the Akashic Records. They're just not aware that they are in the field. And so once they start to gain more knowledge and understanding and using it to their benefit and use in their lifestyle, we start to see a lot of higher evolved beings making big changes in the world. And I mean very positive changes. And so that is why I teach the records. That's my perception of what the Akashic Records are. Do not let me program you. Yes, there are beings in the records that are talking, and I like to think of them as high, like they're at the same point as Christ consciousness. I do not channel necessarily spirit guides or anything like that. I just like to channel God, universe, the Akashic Records, whoever's talking through those, and also my higher self or someone else's higher self, and past loved ones, because past loved ones, they can be just an amazing space for people to connect to a higher state of consciousness, self-acceptance, and it could be a big spiritual awakening for somebody. So that's my style. That's what the Akashic Records are. And the Akashic Records acts like Google, like a spiritual Google. And just like Google, if you put in just the word restaurant and you're very vague, it gives you a vague answer. But if you are more specific with Google and you put Italian restaurant near me, it gives you all sorts of information. So the Akashic Records acts very similar to that, the higher up you go in the records. And so it's really great to come with specific questioning if you are getting a reading. Or if you're reading yourself. A great example of this is, what is my highest aligned life purpose? Because if you just say life purpose, you might get the message about the purpose that is right for you at the vibration that you're at. So you have to ask questions like that. Now, mind you, if you get a reading from a reader, they're going to read in the style that they choose. So they might ask for the life purpose and get a message of your highest aligned purpose because that's what they are drawn to telling you. So it's good to get really specific and intentional. And another great specific type of question to ask is, if you just like, hey, what are my past lives? It's going to show you past life. But if you say a question like this, like, what past life was I most intuitive? Or what past life do I need to see to heal my third eye? Those are great questions to ask the records. And it also loves that you are sitting in the energy of I'm really curious. And so the more curious you are and the more intentional and specific you are, the more information it gives you. So just a heads up. And that's a little bit different. With mediumship and psychic abilities, that's not the case. This is just the records we're talking about. Mind you, it is all part of the same field, but the higher up you are, you need more questions. Also, there are so many different types of ways that you could read the records. So some people I like to call read from the bottom up, where they might read with tarot first, they might read their mediumship or their psychic ability first, just kind of like what's happening right here, and then they will be prompted to ask a question for you. And then there are really like high channeled individuals where they need the question because they're in a state. And so each reader is very different, and I love to teach all the styles. I'm all in for it. I've trained a lot of people. It's my jam. All right, so that's a little bit of a tangent, a little bit of me sharing what the records are, a little bit of, just my perception of it. I'm going to go ahead now and channel the Akashic Records themselves and ask them what they are. So let's go ahead and tune into them. What are the Akashic Records? They are a state of mind, a frequency, available to all. This is a space where you can come back to time and time again, in every lifetime, every existence, and retrieve the information that was left behind that can show you a new way of life. Many of these messages, many of these messages create an expansion within you that allows you to open up to your truest potential. And all existence, everything made of matter, all things in this world and of other worlds are imprinted in these memories and these messages. And it is up to you to accept them. Are you at a state of consciousness that allows you to see, to believe, to awaken? As you begin to notice, you awaken to a higher perspective, as the Akashic Records are here for you to see who you really are. Why not use such a beautiful place to grow? This place is within you. This place will help you to see and expand in other realms of existence, to help you and others feel more complete in this lifetime. So that is what the Akashic Records wants to share with you. You know what's funny about the records sometimes it doesn't like to be called the records because like as I was channeling that, it was saying space. It wanted to say space every time I said the Akashic records. And there's a lot of sirens going on right now. I think we're fluffing up the field here. I had to get back into that space 'cause I got a little ruffled from the sirens. But yeah, the Akashic records is the field, is space. There are so many wonderful answers that are available within them, and they are in you. And know that because everyone is so different, that it's so important that everybody learns the records, because we can learn so much from all these various perspectives. You know, we could be on the same topic in the records, and you and I could be reading the same topic, and you will get this beautiful perspective, and I will get something completely different, but it's the same energy. And the more and more that people read, the more that people step into this, we are going to change tremendously. Our health changes, our vibration changes. We start attracting everything that we need in this lifetime to live in our purpose, to help each other expand. And the more people you get to do this work, that's where the real expansion happens. And so I'm inviting you to join me, join anyone. Get into these damn Akashic records, okay? Because whether you are interested in being, if you're an intuitive, if you're an inventor, if you're someone that just works corporate America, this can change and alter your entire life for the best version of who you are. All right? Okay. And if you do want to join us, I have a membership, and also I have courses. Feel free to check them out. They're going to be in the description below. And I love you. Have a fabulous evening. Is it evening? Well, it's evening here, so.